are starting with Canadian celebrities behaving badly. What? This never happens. Well, our national treasure, Pamela Anderson, revealed on Andy Cohen's SiriusXM show that she actually left the Golden Globes. That was just last weekend. She left early because she felt, quote, super bad after seeing a fellow Canadian in the audience. The Pam and Tommy series that Seth Rogen produced was a semi-fictional story about Pamela's marriage to Tommy Lee, and of course that huge scandal surrounding the stolen sex tape. Who could forget? Yeah. Well, Pam said that she gave Seth a death stare at the Golden Globes, but she didn't actually confront him. So the question is confrontation the best way to deal with someone who has wronged you?
It is. I hope people are like elevated enough to confront. I think it takes an emotionally responsible person to do it. In this case, I think yes. I think it would have been well received. I think Seth Rogen isn't a bad guy. In fact, I think the two of them would come out being better people, in a sense, if there was a confrontation. But on the same hand, if you think about it, she kind of just did confront him in a way, didn't she? She wasn't having a little gab with her pal, Andy Cohen, being like, oh my God, this is sort of bothering me. Should I confront him? Should I talk to him about it? She was saying this to Andy Cohen and his millions of followers. So for me, it was like a confrontation is between two people, and they're mutually involved.
So do you think she made things better or worse by doing what she did?
I think it's just different. I think it was like a public airing of a grievance rather than a confrontation.
I think she made things worse. I think
You
she
think
made
she
things,
made things
I
worse?
think she made things 10 times worse. First of all, I think the word confrontation is what gets everybody's back up against the wall. Let's just say conversation. She needs to have a conversation with Seth.
That's good.
And listen, I understand. We have one woman in the audience who was like, yes, confrontation. And I love that, but I know that not everybody's equipped to have those. They get very nervous, and maybe she was fearful, because the last thing you want to happen is that you approach him, and then it becomes contentious, and then it makes it worse. But if I were her, I would have done the opposite. Before you leave, because I know it's like fight or flight, and she took flight. And I think what she needed to do was instead just stand her ground and go up to him and be like, hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Introduce yourself to his wife and say, you know, this is not the place for us to have this conversation, but I think we need to have a conversation about that series you did. I know you never expected us to be in this place, because I think when he did that project, he probably thought that she was never going to have the career she's having today. And just be really kind about it. It's like, 1 minute, you know, give me a call. Let's see how we can do it on the phone or face-to-face, whatever you're comfortable with, so that you can you give him a chance, because now he is the villain, and now we're having a conversation. Now Andy's millions of followers are all like, oh, you're a horrible person, Seth, for what you did. Meanwhile, a lot of us watched that, including me, watched that series, and I didn't think about how it was going to impact her life, because there was a time in her career where we did not think about her as a person. She was this thing. She was this person of sex tape. She was just this porn star in people's minds.
Yeah, no, it's true. The challenge with that is, which I totally agree, it sounds so good on paper. The problem with that is she's handling it really well. I thought she was really calm in the interview.
Maybe she forgot she was in an interview. Sorry.
Maybe she did. It was very cozy. She looked very cozy in that interview. This, to me, she's taking it so well, and maybe because it's been, that came out in 2022. This is so sad to me. First of all, it's Canadian on Canadian crime. And I don't like that right now. We need to stick together. We need to stick together right now. However, this just went to show you that this was yet another man who profited off of Pamela's body the way that all the other men did who sold that sex tape. This was not just, oh, you did a project about me and it hurt my feelings. He made millions of dollars off of the Pam and Tommy miniseries on Hulu. Millions, because he acted in it and he was also the executive producer. And he never even picked up the phone to say, hey, I'm gonna do this about you. Would you like to even give your input? Even though I watched it and I thought she came out looking really good in it.
Maybe that's why he felt like he didn't have to call her and ask her, because he felt like he was painting her.
If he cared about her, you give her a cut of the check.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair to say. Well, to go back where we started, I definitely don't think he should have confronted her at the awards show, even in the, or she should have confronted him at the awards show. Just even if it was in a way of like what you were suggesting.
Hey, let's have a conversation later.
I think that would hang over you the whole night and just ruin the vibe. I think if anything,
it's been hanging over her life for years.
I know.
He can handle 2 hours.
I don't know. You say the word. I know. Here's the thing, in real life, and I don't know anything about him, I feel like not everyone is emotionally mature enough to handle a confrontation, even if it is a conversation. A lot of people being told about themselves and the way in which they've wronged you, they may even in your face to you be like, I'm taking it in. And then afterwards, they are internally stewing. If they don't get defensive in the moment, they're gonna come back, they're gonna be plotting a revenge towards you of stuff they're gonna dig up on you. Like, we've met people like this before. So sometimes I think the best thing to do when someone's wronged you is to just do the work on yourself of how you can get past it. And actually, they don't have a relate. They're not friends. You just get to do the work on yourself.
But wait a second, but you're running into that person at every event you go to. He's not somebody, this is not like a high school boyfriend where you don't know where he is and he's living his life. This is someone who's in your circle all the time.
That if she does the work on healing it, knowing full well, and she's come a long way. She was on this show, and that woman is the picture of like elegance and poise and being in her body. Like, she's so interesting. And she said backstage, she's like, I'm not used to people. She said this to you and me. I'm not used to people being in my corner and rooting for me.
Yeah.
And so she's done a lot of work. And so now I think actually, if she could kind of get past this and do her healing on it, what would be the most powerful thing in the world is to be in a room with him and not care anymore.
But
just not care.
Wait. But the fact
she wins. She's winning.
No, but she's not winning because she brought it up. That means it's still bothering her.
Because if she do the work to get past
she's done a lot of work.
And also still be mad, because I would argue, maybe a part of me says that the reason why we are having this Pamela Renaissance is because of Pam and Tommy. So our conversations have changed about how we, to your point earlier, about how we treat women. Once upon a time, the way we treated Britney, the way we treated Pamela, the way we treated Monica Lewinsky, like Whitney Houston, Princess Diana. There's a long list of women that we have done dirty, and we have come and woken up and realized we did these women dirty. So here's the thing: maybe because she wasn't making money about the. She is here, and success is the best revenge.
That's the win. Yeah.
Maybe.
But cutting somebody out also, there's a cleansing of your soul that also does.